So, Dean, how are the guys coming along this week? Another double starting with Tasmania of all teams.
Yeah, obviously coming off a great win against Sydney, and showed how potent they can be offensively. First half was really tough the way that they played and shot the basketball, and now Steindl kind of coming in and doing his thing as well. But yeah, Crawford was fourth quarter really opened the game up. So you're going to be super tough at home, but it's the only team that's beaten us so far, and hopefully we've learned enough lessons to go down there and make some changes.
They do just really knock teams around and do lots of different things to put them off, don't they? Are the guys at that point this year where they can stand up to some of that scrutiny?
Um, yeah, they're a disruptive defensive team, and I think we went down there last year and needed a win and found a way, and got to the foul line, which is important, and to kind of slowed the tempo of the game down at different times. And we shot the basketball well. You have to against Tassie. They rotate and trap and do things that if you can pass the basketball out of it and shoot it at a decent clip, you're a good chance.
Given how potent Crawford's been, are you a chance to have Daly this weekend to help with him, or is that less likely?
Yeah, no, he's got through individual workout, done all the concussion tests and got tick-offs, but hasn't got into contact yet. So we think he's probably another week away.
And so Illy's going to be a big task for him, big task for the other guys, because Crawford, as you say, last weekend really showed his offensive chops.
Yeah, and a lot of it was from the 3-point line, and so we're obviously doing a good job with our rim protection with Ari and Joe, and so if there's the ability to get him off the 3-point line and get him closer to the paint and make him have to make tougher shots there. But he's quick and he's pulled back, a little like Bryce, where you think he's going downhill, but he pulls back and makes room for himself. So I think we've done a good job in scouting so far. Hopefully we can put it on the floor.
How have you seen Ian's introduction to the team this year? It looks like he's ticked every box you wanted from that spot.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about as a coaching staff, just the relationship that he's developed with CG, is really important, and the way that those two are celebrating for each other and the respect that they've shown for each other's game, and Ian's willingness to do whatever it takes. Let me guard the best guy. Free me up and put me in an on ball. Let me space. He's versatile in the way that he attacks a game, and so coachable and such a selfless guy.
And it seems like you might not have had a guard off the bench with that level of punch for a while in terms of someone who can score and give you points per minute like he does.
Yeah, either way, start him, bring him off the bench. It doesn't matter. He's going to come out and play a very similar way, and just highly efficient offensive talent.
How's this group handling the back and forth of the away then the road that like you've had away home and then home like you've had the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, obviously we've handled it well. At some point there'll be some fatigue, and we've got to be understanding of that. But this is the only day that we go competitive, and so the boys pushed through today where I thought there was a little tiredness at different times, but let their communication stand up and push through it, and now we try and just make sure that the recovery is perfect, and we go in as fresh as we can for these last two games of this 6-game back-to-back stretch.
And I believe you bring up 300 games this weekend. What's it like to see that number next to your playing career as well?
Yeah, it's a milestone, and it's kind of fun to kind of look at the other coaches that have reached 300 and different things, and obviously a lot of guys that coach me and were around back in the day. So that's a fun part. It's no major milestone for me. I kind of look at how many wins I've created, and that's a bigger column for me. And I think I'd celebrate the 200 wins or the 250 wins a lot bigger than the actual number of games that you coached.
Must still be a bit of pride considering you had to battle for a lot of years. I can remember you being assistant all over the place, sort of waiting for someone to give you a shot.
Yeah, it's my 10th year as a head coach, and I did 10 or 11 years as an assistant coach. So I think when I hear the number 300, I kind of double it in my head to say, I've been around a lot longer than that. So, yeah, it's fun to be a part of this league for so long.
And a nice bit of history this weekend with the club celebrating the 1993 Melbourne Tigers. What do you remember from that title, from that time in the NBL, and seeing the Tigers finally get there back in the day?
Yeah, I was with the team the year before in '92, and we lost the final to the Magic, and I kind of moved on. But just to see my mates, Stephen Whitehead was especially one of my best mates, and Nick Tanner, and to see those guys win a championship with the group that they had with Copes and Leonard and Copes and Drewy and Bradke and all those guys. It was a special team, and yeah, everyone's got that memory of Lindsay and Drewy, kind of breaking through for all the years that they put into the game. So, from what I understand, all the players are coming back for it, and I look forward to trying to catch up with those guys after the game.
And yeah, just finally with this team this weekend, how do you want sorry, lost my train. With Joe, how's he coming along? What have you seen from him now he's had a bit of water under the bridge?
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic in practice today, and just going to continue to get better. And for this next 2-game stretch, we'll kind of share minutes between the two of them, and then down the track we'll kind of work on how those two play together once we've got a little bit more time to figure that out. But they're both demanding of the more minutes than they're playing currently. But it's a great 1-2 punch right now to have those guys subbing in and out for each other. And if one's going better, they'll close out the game just as they did in Wollongong and Joe did the other night against New Zealand. So for them to accept that kind of role is pretty awesome right now.